Welcome back. We are here with Raven, and currently her boyfriend, Cade, it actually has a secret family that she doesn't know about, and she is, a doctor and is working really hard on her career, and our money tree is sprouting, and that is where we are at. Also, the side of this lot was bothering me that it was so empty, so I put a real, legit basketball court there. Also, I uploaded both versions to the gallery. If you're interested, also, there's a speed build on my channel. So, any of that is available to you. And we are here at work. So she has to swab someone, check their ears, and run tests to find a diagnosis. So we're looking at the patient here. I think she looks like she has a headache of some sort. So we're going to look at her sample. Yeah, it looks like she's got steam coming out of her ears too. So we're just going to watch her. I'm pretty sure it's bloaty head again. That's actually a pretty common one. And we are going to have to, now that we've gotten a promotion, diagnose two patients. So we are going to work on diagnosing her. And also, we want to get to the gold, of course. So I'm going to run a treadmill test because that is one of our tasks. So sorry to make you walk all the way across here. Also, look, a house call. So we'll go to the house call as soon as we diagnose and treat her. But she is on the treadmill, and she is going to then go back to the exam bed so that we can diagnose her. And we are, doing pretty good. She's tense, which makes sense because she's at a hospital. So we are just going to head back here and then diagnose her with bloaty head. And then we are going to, I was a little worried on that one because we did have a lot of options there, but based on what she looked like, that's what we went with. And then we're going to treat her. And then we are going to head to the house call. So that is really exciting. It's our first house call as a doctor. So we head over to this lot in Strangerville, I think. And I'm looking around, like, what am I doing? But the patients are actually over there. So we have three patients. We need to examine the patient and then give them medicine for all three of them. So that is what we are starting with. Of course, two of them walk away. So I'm just like, okay, we'll do one at a time then. So we do this guy first and we examine him and then we give him medicine. Then we come and examine the other two who are right here. And I'm actually going to take a look around their lot because I actually, I like to check out the lots. It's kind of strangely shaped. Like, why is the bathroom that whole entire little octagon shape? Anyway, so we're going to give medicine to the two of them. And then we are going to head back to the hospital because her workday is not over. But also, she's already gotten silver. So I'm really excited about that. I think that it's pretty good. We are so close to gold. So we're going to head back to the hospital and then try and get to gold. Of course, she still has to diagnose and treat one more patient. So we're going to come over to this little kid in their cute little pajamas, and he's tapping his legs. He looks like he has a headache. So we're just watching. He has a headache. I don't know if him tapping his legs means anything, but we are now at gold, which is, well, we're not at gold. We're very, very close to gold. Um, So we are going to analyze the sample and get to that. But we also still want to actually diagnose and treat this patient because that's how we'll get our next promotion. So I'm just going to go through the motions here, do all of the examinations, and then I think we went with bloaty head again. It's a very, very common. And so we are going to treat him. Now we are ready for our next promotion as soon as we are able. And she is going to go to the bathroom. We're just going to work on her needs a little bit now that we've done everything we need to do for the day. There's really no need to continue to work, especially since if we misdiagnose, we're going to lose performance. So, not really going to worry about that. She's going to eat the sandwich, and then the workday is going to end. So, that is what we are wrapping up here. So, here we go. Workday over, no promotion, unfortunately. I mean, you can't get a promotion every time you go to work, I guess. But sometimes I want to. Anyway, she is going to invite someone over. I already forget who she's inviting over. um, but she is also starting to get hungry, so I'm going to feed her. And then she is also almost tired. double checking on the money tree. You know how it is. And there's a small child at the door for some reason. Oh, it's Cade. Okay, we invited Cade over. He has helped himself to the shower apparently. And they are, in a pretty good position. It helps get her fun up. She really enjoys herself. So she is going to woohoo with him. And I was just checking. I was like, wait, I thought they were dating. Because if you'll remember, I thought that I made them date, but then they weren't dating in any way. So she's going to ask him to be her boyfriend, even though I was under the assumption this whole time that they were actually dating already. But I don't know, just pretend I didn't mess that up. So they are now dating. And, she said that she wasn't going to get too invested. Like, it's just fun, it's just light. But she really does like him enough. Like, she's concentrating on her career, but she doesn't mind having someone around and, someone to get her social up, get her fun up, just someone to, always hang out. But, she's not sure if he's the one, but he is in pretty good standing. So she is sleeping. Skipping ahead to when she wakes up. There we go. And what else? Checking on the money tree and just, going for a little swim. It is cold out, but it's still fun. It's actually New Year's Eve, and the money tree was just watered. Hopefully, the money tree will grow fast and we don't even need the money, but I'm invested in money trees. Money trees are my new favorite thing. So, anyway, she invites everyone over for New Year's Eve and she's talking to her mom, who, if you'll remember, in the last video called and was like, "Hey, I heard you're friends with Cade. That's really nice." So she's like, "Hey, mom." And like, she's like, she knows her mom knows of Cade. So she is just chatting with her mom and she brings Cade up and she hasn't told anyone that she's dating Cade yet. And then her mom's like, "Yeah, I know Cade. Like, he's really nice. And his wife is really nice too." And she's like, "His wife? What are you talking about?" Like, and she's like, "Yeah, he's married. He's got 2 kids, like the whole shebang." And Raven is just like in shock. She's in total shock. She's like, "What is going on?" And she knows she needs to get to the bottom of this. I have no idea what is going on in my house. There's all sorts of banging. Anyway, also you can see Bellamy in the mascot costume. Anyway, so she's like, "Okay," and she doesn't tell her mom that she's dating him because now she's like, what is happening? So she disbands the family group and she's like, "Actually, I have a headache. Like, we can't have New Year's Eve together." So she heads over to Cade's house to confront him because she knows where he lives. She's just never been over there before. So she comes over and she's like, "I have to find out what's going on." And Cade is out front and she's like, "Hey," and he's like, "What are you doing here?" Like, he's so nervous to see her in front of his house. And she says, "I heard you were married. Like, what is going on?" And he is just, doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know how to hide it. And she says, "Fine, I'm going to go figure it out myself." And so she knocks on the door and she comes inside and she sees this really pregnant woman and 2 children. So she introduces herself to the woman. She says, "Hi, I'm Raven." And the woman's like, "I'm Marie. How are you?" And Raven's like, "I'm your neighbor. Like, nice to meet you. Is that your husband, Cade?" And she says, "Yes, that's my husband. Like, he's the father of my 2 children. He's the father of the child in my belly." I accidentally clicked on the gallery. And Raven is just shocked. And so she doesn't know what to do. She doesn't want to make a scene in front of the children. And so she basically says to Cade, like, "We're going to talk about this later." She insults him. She's like, "We need to have a serious talk before I like lose it here." So she just leaves. She doesn't want to traumatize the children. So she heads home and she's like so beside herself. And it's not even that she really liked Cade that much. She was happy to be his girlfriend, but she just feels really betrayed and really wronged, and she feels bad for Marie too, who's pregnant and like thinks that her family is happy, and she just, you know, she doesn't know what to do. So she calls her sister Alexa and she says, "We need to talk. Like, I really need someone to talk to. I don't know what to do." So she invites Alexa over. Alexa is her twin. and she invites her inside, and she's talking to her, and she tells her what happened. She says, I'm dating this guy Cade, and I just found out he has a whole family, and I don't know. I feel so terrible for them. What should I do? Should I tell his wife? What should I do? And Lexa says, well, you should confront him. You should talk to him and be like, what were you thinking? What's going on? What is happening? And you need to get a straight answer out of him because he's been lying to you, and you need to break up with him because he has a wife. Like, you need to remove yourself from the situation. You don't want to be the other woman. And says, you're totally right. I don't want to be in this situation, and I'm mad that he put me in this situation. And so she is just really thinking hard, and she says, okay, I'm gonna ask him to come over so we can talk. And Lexa says, I'll always be here for you if you need me. Just a phone call away, so just let me know. So she calls over Cade, and he comes over, and she says, we need to talk because I don't know what's going on. You need to tell me what's happening. Your wife is pregnant, you have 2 kids, you're going on 3 kids, and he is not doing a very good job of explaining himself. And she's, being mean to him. She's shouting at him, what are you doing? Why did you put me in this position? And he apologizes, and he says, things have been really bad between my wife and I. It was only an accident that she got pregnant. We are looking, we're separating. It's not real. And she said, that's not the impression I got when I went over your house. And he said, I'm sorry I didn't tell you that I already had kids and stuff, but I swear, like, my wife and I are not really together. And she was just, playing nice in front of you when you came to visit because she doesn't know that we're together, and she doesn't want to, tell all her neighbors about her marital problems. So Raven is just kind of like, okay, but you're really not together with her. And he says yes. And she's like, Raven basically says, okay, well, you and I are never going to be anything permanent. And to prove to me that you're not really with your wife, you have to stay over tonight. So he actually stays over tonight and makes excuses to his wife because obviously he's lying. But Raven is basically saying, we're just really casual. I obviously can't trust you. So we're just going to keep it physical and just, you know, I don't know. Just she doesn't know what to do. She doesn't know what she wants to do. She doesn't really know if she wants to be with him anymore. She doesn't know if she believes his story. So she's just gonna think it over before she makes any decisions. And she's got to go to work, so she's just like, I can't even think about this right now. I have to get to work. So she is headed to work, and she is not feeling good. She's not feeling good about herself. She is just found herself in a really hard place, and she is really debating breaking up with him. She's thinking to herself, why even waste my time with a guy like that? And ladies, she's right. So, um, she she shouldn't be wasting her time with someone like that. But she just has to go to work. She's like, I can't even think right now. I have to go to work. I have to work in my career. I'm not going to let all of this relationship drama ruin my work performance. So she brings this guy to a treadmill test, and she is working on diagnoses, and they are not happy with her for putting them on the treadmill. And she's just sad. Like, everyone can tell she's kind of down, but she's not really talking about it. She's just thinking. She's thinking really hard, and that is what is going on with her. She's just really thinking. She doesn't want to make any rash decisions. She's too logical for that, but she is leaning towards kicking him to the curb. Especially, and then she has to decide whether she wants to, implode his family, because she doesn't know if she believes his story, but she doesn't know if it's, her place to take that up with his wife, if, you know, she wants to be like, hi, I'm your husband's girlfriend, like, but she thinks that she would want to know. So she's thinking about giving Cade some ultimatums, but that is going to be in our next video because this video is going to wrap up with this work day as she treats another patient and, all the emotional turmoil that's going on with her. But she is still good at her job, She needs to swab a patient and scan their body and also run tests for a diagnosis. Also, her needs are getting pretty low, but she is going to analyze the sample as well. And, she's not going to let anything hurt her work performance because that's the most important thing in her life right now is that she, continues to do good at work. And Lex is calling her and is like, leaving her messages, but she's at work, so she's not going to pick up the phone. But she's just like, Lex is like, hey, are you okay? Like, what's going on? Do you want to talk about it? Have you decided what you're going to do? Blah, blah, blah. So she's like, I'll call you after work. I'll call you when I get home. So she is going to get to Gold here, and then she is going to call Lexa back now that she doesn't have anything else to do for the day. And then the workday will be over and we'll head into screenshots. So here we go. Workday is ending. I'm having her call Lexa. The amount of people that she knows is so many, but she got promoted, so that's good too. And this is her talking to her mother, and then her outside of Kate's house, he is looking really nervous. And so that is where we're going to wrap up, and we will see what she does in the next one.